Far Cry 7's plot is leaked courtesy of Inside Gaming. Link in the description. And it's pretty stupid. Like, I don't know how they're going to pull this off or how this got greenlit. So, Far Cry 5 villain was Christians. Far Cry 6's villains were communists. No, we misspoke. They're not communists. They're just generally dictatorships, authoritarian in general. Like we know we mentioned that we are doing research on Cuba, but we misspoke. It's not Cuba that we are referencing this time. No, we're totally being serious. Please stop hating us on Twitter. No, this time it's anyone and everyone who's paying attention to what's going on in the world. Conspiracy theorists. My bad. So in the game, you play as a male or female character, although there will probably be some gender ambiguous option. And you're going up against a group called the Sons of Truth who have kidnapped your rich family. And I have to ask, who's this game for? Like, you're basically targeting everyone who does not like the status quo or the elite. Like, even Marxists, they're probably going to object that you're trying to rescue your rich family. And if your rich family aren't ardent Marxists, they're going to hate your game anyway. So, who's the target demographic? This sounds like one of those ideals that was concocted in a meeting of out-of-touch rich elitists upset that people are figuring out what's going on in the world. I mean, they literally can't help but brag. Yeah, look at Project Veritas exposing Blackrock. Like, the guy literally brags how you can buy a senator for $10,000, but if you pay attention to that, now you're a villain. How are you going to market this game? Because think about this. Like, right now, I could put in a clip from the Blackstone CEO. I mean, Blackrock, not Blackstone. Blackstone is the ones that bought up all the houses and why you have to pay a lot for housing right now. In case any of you guys were wondering. And they're also defaulting on their loans. Fun fact. Blackrock CEO talking about how they're going to use their financial capacity to force companies to be woke, to be Marxist, or they're not going to get any of these short-term loans. I can put in a video of Klaus Schwab, the Rothschild in charge of the World Economic Forum, who gets to attend the G20 or whatever it's called now summit with all these nations as he's talking about how they're going to force corporations to be woke. So when you go to market this game, like, that's just going to be in every thread about this game. And every commentator who wants to rip this game a new one and rip Ubisoft a new one is going to have these clips in there. And there's much more. You could talk about Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, the Great Reset. You know, a lot of this stuff's going to come to light in every push for this game, because making people who are aware of what the elite say they're doing the villain is just a really bad idea. And top it off, this game's set for fall 2025. This game might have skirted by at Far Cry 6's release. But 2 years from now, the biggest song this year was Richmond, North of Richmond. That was one of the most popular songs this year. And it's all about how the elite are manipulating and destroying society. And you're going to go 2 years beyond this point and release a game calling everyone aware of what is going on villains. This honestly sounds to me like it's going to be another Rainbow Six Patriot. And here's a quick history lesson on what happened with Patriot. So Rainbow Six Patriot became what is now known as Rainbow Six Siege. See, like this game, they were going to make a popular political movement, the Tea Party, the villains of the game. Ubisoft corporate stepped in because they realized, hey, this is a really, really bad idea. It'll make us look really, really horrible, and it will cost us a lot of market share. And they told the developers to, hey, no, you're going to change the story. The Tea Party are not going to be the villains no more. Redo it. And the developers refused. So Ubisoft straight up said, like, either you change this or you're fired. And the developers, who thought they were untouchable, refused a second time. So Ubisoft wholesale fired all of them and canned the project. Now, they had a bunch of assets left over and, design mechanics. So they took that and made what today is Siege. So that's how you got Rainbow Six Siege. And I have to imagine we're going to get to a point where Ubisoft Corporate is going to look at this game, unless it is financed by ESG, unless this is an ESG project, they're going to look at the social backlash they're going to get. They're going to look at what the testing groups are saying. They're going to look at the social and political climate in 2025, and they're just going to veto it. At least I hope that there's enough intelligence in the management class adults running that company that they're going to take a step back and realize this is a horrible ideal that is not going to fly. This will make you, it has a potential chance. I legitimately do believe this has a potential chance. I'm not just going to be hyperbolic with this, to make them the Anheuser Busch of gaming. Because essentially what you are doing is you're calling everyone who is tired of what's being pushed in education, what is being pushed in culture, what is being pushed in entertainment, you're calling all of them bad guys. And not just bad guys today. Like today, that would probably, it might skirt by with enough sales to, break even. But in 2 years, in 25, the pendulum's not moved like, wagging back and forth. It's moving in one direction away from what is currently happening. It really makes a man at a loss for words because the ideal is just stupid. And that's all I got to say about this. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like and subscribe button. Peace out, everybody.